So, like, you're saying if there was, like, a zombie apocalypse, like, you would do your best to, like, survive?
Oh, 100%.
No way. I would murder myself.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, bro. Who would you
fate?
be in, like, Zombieland?
Who would I be in
What character
Zombieland?
would you be in Zombieland?
Oh, freaking the bald man.
You would not be the man with the truck and the guns.
Yes, I would.
No.
I always get vinegary sweats. Does that make sense? Like if I have vinegary things, they instantly activate. Yeah, or like vinegary hot, you know, like flaming hot. All of that right here is where I start. I'm like beating sweat. I'm like, whew. I don't know. But welcome back to Big City Backwoods.
I was trying to make sure I was honestly testing that time, but I'm ready. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go. Yeah, vinegar gets me too.
We were on this subject because literally just now before we started filming, we just had her cousin made her some homemade
canned things.
Pickled canned vegetables.
Beautiful vegetables.
And they were
in
amazing.
A can with liquid. I've never understood pickling. I don't get it. Don't understand it. Don't care.
Honestly
tastes wonderful. Yum 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 yum
yum. It's great. They're so good. So good. I don't want to say that I've always been told that vinegary things are good for you, but I don't actually know that to be true.
I think it's like one of those. I've heard something about like if you like take a swig of apple cider vinegar. Every once in a while
maybe that's what I'm thinking.
It's
dude. My old roommate used to make me do those, and I'm not gonna lie, I got very used to them after a while. I don't know what it really did for me though.
Beer over here. I was not prepared to start this. I'm ready though. We got my beer and everything. That's why we're starting this. You knew we were ready. I didn't know we were ready.
This time.
Yeah,
I was ready.
That's a first. That's a first. Usually I'm very in charge in these scenarios.
And I'm usually like, are you sure you want to?
Well, I'm going to do a little Mr. Rogers real quick, and it's too hot for shoes.
Sure. Go ahead.
But continue on with
I was just, we were already in the subject of, why does canned and pickling in jars, why is that such a thing out here more than anything else, and everybody's used to it. Everybody knows it, or they have a relative that makes pickled items all the time, I'm not gonna lie, we were a little bit, what's the word?
Hesitant
on the radishes.
It's a homemade thing of any kind. Yeah, radishes especially.
The radishes, I don't know. Radishes can go either way.
They could be bad.
They can be. They can be prepared in a bad way, and radishes are one of those things that like you either like them or you don't.
But they were the best.
They were actually so good and like had the right amount of spice to it too, and they were cute because they were pickled and pink.
Yeah, it's funny how vinegar really fucks with some of them because all of the garlic were like blue. Which I don't understand why, but I imagine that's from some sort of chemical scientific reaction.
So, you think about like beets and like radishes and stuff like that. That was such a bright.
So
my grandpa, we would always after Sunday church days.
Thing,
no, yeah, eating your vegetables in general is just, homegrown everything, pickling.
The pickling, but I want to hear about your grandpa.
No,
I'll tell you about how I know pickling is a Midwestern thing.
No, oh, dude, oh my god, and we all love it, it's crazy. But it's funny. I was just thinking about like radishes and beets. Like that was just the one thing that like I grew up Catholic, you know this, but I grew up Catholic. We never miss a Sunday. I could be in my bed and we would never miss. Could never be late either, but my mom loved going because like she would go with her grandparents, you know. And it was actually really cute. Now that I'm like thinking back on those memories, it was always nice to see them every Sunday. Yeah, exactly, right? But we would go to this we'd go to this hole in the wall diner from like my mom's hometown.
I love a Sunday, post Sunday
lunch. Dude, why is everybody so hungry after church? You know, you're just so deprived of everything. Yeah, you got up too early. You got yelled at by your mom for something, making her late, wearing the wrong pants, whatever. So you were already like emotionally.
Honestly, I feel like mine were mostly pleasant, but only because I'm always on top of my shit.
I was about to say, you seem like the type. My mom probably would have loved you as a
I was probably kid, like, can't be late.
Yeah. Well, and half the time, sometimes we'd be ready, but like I'd be watching her do her makeup. I told you, she really hated that, but like obviously now it makes sense because I'm like obsessed with makeup. But
you watch me do mine and everything.
Yeah, I can't stop watching it. But anyways, my mom was crazy on Sundays, but we would go to this place called the Green Parrot. It was called the Green Parrot, and there was tons of green parrots, like memorabilia, or it was really cute. It was like vintage parrots everywhere. Real diner like. Real diner.
Okay.
But it had the best food, and they would have like homegrown vegetables, like what was the vegetable of the week. And there were always radishes and beets, and my grandpa radishes and beets.
That's cute for it to be like a local.
No, it was
getting local food back.
Yeah, no, it was a great thing. I don't think they're still in business. They were around for years though. They really were popping off. I mean, you're talking like the old women with like the buns on top of their head, like walking around, and they're like, little high-waisted aprons and yeah, dude, they love that shit.
The full diner vibe.
Yeah, gosh. And we had this one girl, she like pretty much ran the whole store. She wasn't like the owner, but she like pretty much ran it for the owners, and she was just the tightest. She was so cool. She was so old and just so genuine Midwestern-y type.
With the what do y'all want? Every once in a while.
Yeah, she
love those.
Hey, Ken, you want your beets today? Be like, Grandpa, why are you eating beets like that? That's crazy, but I'm glad you like them.
Eating beets. Dude,
how do you do that?
I can't lie, man. I fucking love beets. Every time, I never like do anything about it, but when there are beets available, I generally eat them always.
You're probably that type of person.
I've been eating the oldest people food.
I know.
Since I was a child.
You're the person that loves the cranberry sauce at Thanksgiving. You're the worst. You're the worst.
Well, I was eating Swiss cheese at like 2 years old. Like, love that shit. That's like oldest people cheese of all kind.
I mean, I was never a picky eater, but
I love cranberry sauce. But I did definitely. Oh my God! How could you say that? On
so
some
overrated.
Turkey when I didn't know
it's
that
underrated for a good reason.
Shut up!
It's the worst.
It's actually beautiful. A real good one. I need to take you to my mom. I need to take you to my mom, Cindy, down in deep Texas for Thanksgiving. No,
sauce.
Shut up.
I just don't like it. I don't like cranberries in general all too much. They're so acidic. Cranberries, Cranberry sauce. Who made up cranberry sauce? Who done did that?
There's so many things I feel like I just give up on you so fast. I'm just like, whatever, I don't even care. I cannot just, you don't deserve to know.
About cranberry sauce?
Of cranberry.
I'll be fine without it. You could give me anything else at the Thanksgiving table and I'll eat all of it, but I won't touch the cranberry sauce. No, I won't.
No, man. Well, I'll tell you that I love being back in the Midwest because of pickling things. I went to the West Coast and looked everywhere for anything. I was like, everywhere I went, I was like, why do I go down a grocery store aisle and all there is pickles?
Only pickles.
Where is the pickled asparagus? Where are all the different types of banana peppers? Because I know that the banana peppers are a thing, pepperoncinis. Like, I know that it exists, but it's only just that one brand. When I want a good variety, because that brand kind of sucks. And, like, I want a good variety
it's overplayed.
of pickled things.
It's
and
very
I want my
neutral.
Pickled beans and my pickled radishes like today. That was beautiful. That doesn't exist on the West Coast.
No.
They have pickles. And, like,
pickled okra.
I've never even had that. I'm so excited.
It's crunchy but soft at the same time.
Like a good bean.
Yeah, it gave the consistency of like the green bean that we just tried.
Similar, yeah.
But even a little bit softer and a bit more of a mellow taste.
Yum.
They're just the best, man. My mom could just eat. I mean, Speaking of like,
I really would have gone. I could have. Bloop, 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 bloop.
So we are, I think, really, really, really trying to plan a trip to Oklahoma next week.
Literally for only a day.
Like, it's gonna be like a 36-hour trip, no lie. But, and honestly, it's
not
really,
that crazy. It's only 3 hours. So.
I've got to get some business done down there. I got to get a new license, not to like be weird, but that's really all I'm going for because my license is about to expire and I don't want to be that person. Plus,
and I'm just going and I'll just work in the daytime.
Yeah, so I think we can make like a cute little and redeem Tulsa just a tad, you know.
She's gonna try.
I'm gonna try.
I better have really try. One good ass fucking meal that like the best meal.
I'll be thinking. Actually, I already know the things off the top of my head.
You can take me for dinner and you can take me for breakfast, maybe even lunch. We might be able to fit in a lunch.
We could. Yeah, we're gonna make this a real short and sweet.
A lunch and a dinner and a breakfast and a lunch.
And
possibly.
Yeah,
actually, now that I think about it.
And I can take you to another antique store that you haven't been to. It's really good. It's called Jade.
Okay. I love this. I really accidentally built up a beautiful trip for me because I made you think I hate it so much that she's gonna try to redeem it. And now I'm going to total, but
different vibe of it.
I want to play a gamble game with your dad.
Okay.
That's like number one priority.
Well, we're going to probably have to do that maybe that evening then.
Yeah.
Start off with that then.
That's okay. Yeah.
And then maybe go like out after because he goes to bed pretty early.
Okay. Cool.
Like 9 o'clock, he's capped.
Yep.
Just
it's a dad thing. Our dad.
And then we could go out.
Yeah. Dad. That's literally.
He would love that too. Oh my God, he would love that.
Yeah. No, I'm. Tell him.
And then maybe
pencil it in with a pen.
Maybe. I already know my mom's gonna be hella jealous, so she could maybe go like antique shopping
with us the next
exactly.
day. It'll be beautiful.
We'll do a little.
Parents.
They get so offended, man, when you don't.
No, and I get it, and they like me. I think.
No, they do. They do. Because even the last time that we brought this up, my mom was like,
"I know your mom likes me. I want her over.
You need to come down
she
here.
Told
That's
me,
a great idea.
Why would you ever go down to Oklahoma without staying in my house?
Exactly.
I have all the space."
She do be talking like that first off, and she do be saying that. She is, when I talk about Southern hospitality, that is that woman. Don't you dare. You come stay at my house.
Your Airbnb right now.
Yeah, she did.
Come and stay in my guest bedroom. I got
She's
the
like,
space.
all three of you. I got the space. Yo, she does. She's so funny. She's literally that person in the morning. I'm now speaking like her. That person in the morning. She's like up bright and early. And like the moment you peek your eyes up, she's like, "Oh my God, I'm so glad you're up. I was just gonna tell you about what I just saw in my backyard." It's crazy. I'm like, "Mom, it's like 6 a.m. and
I'm so ready for that.
She has like 5 cups of coffee at that point, bro. It's crazy.
She pours it throughout the night. I have never.
She drinks.
I haven't seen that in a minute. Well, I was gonna say I've never, but literally the last time I was in Oklahoma, I was around a lot of ladies drinking coffee until 7.
They drink it like it's their.
But I was like 3 beers deep. And she was still drinking coffee.
Nah, she won't stop.
And I mean that in like I got to her house at like 10 p.m.
She literally tells me, she's like, I could have 5 cups of coffee and still go to bed.
That's so crazy.
She can.
I literally can at most have half a cup of like a big cup. Like if I make a lot of coffee, I can't drink it all. I would die. I would just.
Nope, that's just my mom's diet. Just coffee. She loves the taste of it. She loves the smell of it. It's just this whole.
Too. I'm starting to think about. I'm just gonna start drinking decaf or something. I don't know if it tastes as good, but I want.
No, you can get good. I mean, all you're doing is taking the caffeine out of it. You know, because that's why I told my mom. I was like, well, because I was like, if you get to a point, you can always just drink decaf and just drink for the,
she doesn't care.
Flavor. Since you love it so freaking much. She does, man. It's really wild. She even goes to the point where she's like, the other day her favorite coffee mug broke and it just destroyed her soul for a day. She was like, my favorite coffee mug. So you know what my sister did last time we were in town? She stole this mug from my dad's house that was hers. It was a Mickey Mouse cup from like, literally, I'm not even kidding when I say the 90s. Like, when she pulled out this coffee mug, I was like, where did you find this? And so she, like, gifted it back to my mom to, like, make up for the fact that it was actually kind of cute. I was like, my mom hasn't seen this mug in forever.
Speaking of, you just said 90s and Mickey Mouse. My nephew is a huge Mickey Mouse fan.
Really?
But he, yeah, and it was his birthday this weekend.
Yeah.
He loves, but he likes, like, old school, like, you know, Mickey Mouse on the steamboat.
Yeah, like the real white. Old school looking.
He likes black and white Mickey. He likes Five Nights at Treasure Island, which is like Five Nights at Freddy's, but like Mickey Mouse characters.
Yeah.
And so it's really creepy Mickey. And then some other storylines, Suicide Mickey. Like, he's got all these different, like, sad, creepy Mickeys that he's obsessed with or whatever.
Of course, that's why he likes the old school ones. Because they do look a
they're
bit...
black and white and they're a little creepy.
They've got this creepy realm to them.
Yeah, but so everybody knew for his birthday, like, we have to get him something Mickey related. And, like, some of us were trying to find creepy things. But point is, my cousin found him the old Viewmasters. And I didn't even remember the name until, like, some adult told me, which I know I'm an adult too, but like a more adult, because that came out when I was like a
where
kid,
you would
like
slide through them,
the little slider.
Yep, I know exactly what.
It was like a Mickey Mouse shape, and they got it at an adventure store, so it was cute. But like, they also got a fat stack of these things, and I haven't seen through one of those in years. Obviously, like I was a kid the last time I've done that,
fun.
And they're actually way wild. Like looking back at them, we had this little Mickey Mouse thing, and I was looking at NASA. Like pictures of like the space stations and stuff, like from like I mean, it was from hella fucking long ago, like hella fucking long ago, but it looks really 3D somehow. I don't know how, because like how do I now think it looks 3D? I don't know, but there was like Tom and Jerry, but claymation. I was like, it was beautiful. I was like, the talent.
Dude, honestly, thinking about those, I had so many of them too. I mean, I just had like that is so old school to think about. We are really
I'm saying it was crazy because there was two of them, and all of the adults were just taking turns. Like the kids were like, "Oh, that's cool," you know, and then set them down. But then all the adults were like, "Oh wow," and then we're like, "What were these called?" You know, like just talking like. All of the adults, me and up, like of ages, like of generations, were all so amped about that.
It's funny because my mom was loved the vintage Mickey Mouse era too.
It was a good one.
And I remember, she had so many.
On it too.
It is. It's making a big comeback. Like at Box Lunch, our fave store, they had that like line of like the vintage Mickey Mouse looking like sweaters, the real colorful ones, but like. Divided type colors and real vintage. Oh my gosh! And honestly, it was like the denim and white jersey type material jacket that really got me. My mom had something just like that. I was really trying to get something in her size because she just rocked that.
Died for that.
No, yeah, it's crazy how big like that stuff's now making a comeback, because like at the time you weren't just the coolest wearing that. I mean, like it was cool, but it was
that tight.
It wasn't that tight. Like people weren't wearing it all so often. My mom wore those shirts for like ever. It's crazy. And now that it was so nostalgic to see that stuff again. But yeah, old school Mickey.
Tight.
Yeah, it's making a huge comeback. Any of that like style of clothing, you know, like honestly, like looking at that sweater right there is honestly giving me like.
That's from Box Lunch as well, yeah.
It's giving me that like.
They're on top of things. It looks like
2090s like real boxy colored, and like how it just stops at the stitching type stuff, you know. God, what an era.
Good, I like it. I'm glad that one's back. I love color blocking.
Oh, dude, it was so good. I still have your color blocking dress that I plan on wearing.
I'm excited to see how your night goes.
I'll wear it in Oklahoma. Oh, I'll wear it out.
Okay, I'll bring a dress too.
Okay.
It's got to be loud, like that one. That one's so loud.
I'll bring.
I already got a loud one.
Cool. And we can go to a place that like matches the vibe too.
I'm so excited. All right, shit. Tulsa's gonna be lit next week. So.
And it'll just be a random Tuesday too, so it'll be great. It's not like it's gonna be super packed. We can just go out to all my fave spots. This episode will be out
by then. Actually, if I'm doing my math right.
No, it should.
It should be out. Yeah, whatever. It doesn't matter. I don't want to think about it.
It'll be fine. I'm excited. No, we're really going to make a thing out of this. And honestly, that'll get me to like actually go down and get the stuff that I need to anyways. And then we can also have fun.
Anyway, yeah.
Yes. This was our brilliant plan actually right before this.
Yeah.
We have been talking about it too. No, we haven't
either. So it was kind of like a quick.
We
gotta make a plan for something to hang out and do something, because we literally have to slot hanging out into our lives because it's so busy.
It's busy, and also there's a lot of things, you know, to pay attention to when you buy a house, and it's not just
my basement's wet.
Again?
No. I got a dehumidifier, but after the rain, I walked into my house and it smelled a little bit like Pirates of the Caribbean ride at Disney World.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So
I think that's just inevitable with some of the older homes too.
The whole house. I don't know.
You gotta think though, like
I think I want to buy another dehumidifier. But also, I think I need to like look in my crawl space, but I'm terrified. There's no way I could do it, but I need to. I want to. I kind of want to.
Don't talk to me about crawl
Everybody
spaces.
keeps telling me like, no, you could never. But like, I would if I just had like a big onesie, like a big onesie suit. So like nothing.
Like a hazmat suit. Yeah. Honestly, that would be the best.
That crazy, but
no, I think I would be that crazy.
No, I think I want to.
That was like that one house that I wanted so bad down the street from you, so bad.
Crawl space that's like in my.
And it had a really weird crawl space, like it was real dungeon feel, and I was like, I don't know if I'll ever go back there, but you know.
Yeah, that's
I mean,
like
that's just the thing with
I was living in. That shit was so creepy.
Oh, dude, that was like a maze of a.
Have you been watching Stranger Things?
No, remember? You told me no. I told you no. We were talking about. I'm not up to date. It's because
it wasn't that good before, and I know.
Yeah, last season was just mediocre to me.
It wasn't that great.
The best part about it was Billy to me.
Yeah, I liked Max.
I loved Billy.
Everybody loved Billy. He just fucked everyone's mom. That's all I think about.
Well, I love that he became this like villainous character and ended up having one redeeming quality at the end.
Yeah, spoiler.
Sorry.
We'll
that's not actually.
We'll put that in the beginning just in case.
Yeah, if you haven't seen it yet. Yeah. But I also haven't seen the season, so.
Yeah, well, I'm not saying no spoilers.
But I have heard it's quite scary.
Good.
I hear
it's scary. You know me. I'm terrified. I'm fucking terrified. It's so scary. It's so scary. Oh my god, the worst part. Okay, so since the third season came out, my whole family, my nephews and my niece have watched it. All the seasons building up to this one, so they were all excited to watch this season. So we had a premiere episode 1 viewing all together.
Mm-hmm. Mind-boggling, huh?
Horrifying for these kids. The youngest one is 7.
Oh, I forgot that they were really interested in in Stranger Things.
But like this season is so much scarier than
I hear.
It was like me and this 7-year-old on the floor, like eating popcorn, and I'm like, as soon as all these horrifying things were coming up on the screen, and nobody's saying something, so I'm like trying to distract her, like throwing popcorn in her face and stuff. I'm like, real life is right here. Like, don't get too caught up in this. Like, this is the scariest thing in the world. And by the end of the night, she was traumatized. So I don't think they're watching the rest of this season. But
that was me.
Ready, but he's even not ready for it.
I'm saying I used to watch scary movies all the time, and I'm telling you, it really instilled some real fears in me now. I am a scaredy cat. I can't, and it's funny because like I'll watch like
you can do it though. You always talk about how you
don't understand.
You can do it though.
Like, I really got night terror. I mean, I'll do it because I'll feel brave in the moment because it'll be like daylight, right? Daylight, and then as soon as it gets dark, I immediately get like scaredy pants mode. Scaredy pants. You will not catch me watching a scary movie at night. It just doesn't happen. Because then I gotta go to bed with those thoughts, you know, like it's
that's
scary.
What I'm saying, the thoughts. That's the worst.
We watched
thinking on it.
Well, okay. I know I've been talking to you about it. She's probably tired of me talking about it, but
the mommy
dearest, bro. I watched it at night, and I think that's what really instilled it in my head. Because I was like,
you said it wasn't scary, but like it's been sticking with you. It was one of those psychological ones, wasn't it?
Right. Like some traumatizing shit that maybe me and you like kind of grew up with. Also, like. You know, like some not as bad because hers was real bad. Okay, if anybody's watched Mommy Dearest, it's like I feel like a very well renowned. I've heard about it my whole life. It's the wire hanger movie with the child. You know, everybody talks about like don't beat your child with a wire hanger. Like that was
I don't know
wild
about that, but yeah.
You never. I always heard like that was always like the one scene that everybody talks about like. It's based off of Joan Crawford, who's a real was a real Hollywood star and all this, and I think that was the thing that got me is that it was a real true story and like almost all of the movie was like very real depictions of what actually happened.
Was it like a documentary or like was
it was like an actual like
reenactment?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
But it was based off the book.
They really made you like look at their eyes and stuff.
Yeah.
Acting eyes.
And she was good. God, she was good. She was an evil bitch. God, I can't remember who the actress that played her, but anyways, she did a great job. She looked just like the person too. That was what's crazy. I mean, they really got every person, even like this. It was from like a 1980s film, So I think that also, I mean, you know, we were talking about how things back then were just unhinged. You just saw everything, man.
You know, movies nowadays are putting out like alerts at the beginning saying like,
yeah,
we didn't, you know, this was a different time.
What was that one movie that?
God, it was like
not Rush
Dumb
Hour,
and Dumber,
is it?
or something like that.
There was
one of them recently put out Dumb and Dumber, or like it was either Dumb and Dumber or Dude, Where's My Car? Because me and my brother were talking about it as both of those movies that we had the kids watch, and we were like, oh, is this a bad idea? We really be having these kids watch. We were like, all right, grow up. We're so sick of them being like 7. We're like,
I know I
do you
talked
wanna
about
watch
it.
Dumb and Dumber yet or not? Like, Ida loved Dude, Where's My Car? That drive-through
that
scene
was a pretty classic.
with the and then I've never seen her giggle harder. That was the highlight of everything.
Well, and what's funny is because those movies are so unhinged that no wonder they just engrave in your head. Like, I'm not kidding. I thought about Mommy Dearest for like days after at work. I was just like, wow.
Sorry, I binged too much Stranger Things last night. The first episode, I was like, oh,
yeah,
okay, I'll watch it. And then the second episode, I watched it, and I was like, I'm going to watch 4 more episodes tonight. And then I woke up this morning at like 8, and I was like, well, I think I'm going to finish the season.
Well, I think it's time.
I've
giving myself a break enough.
Yeah.
No, I know what that's like. I started watching this new show also on Hulu called Candy, also based off a true story that I did not realize when I started watching it.
I don't know about that. You said HBO?
It's kind of crazy because it is kind of comes from like a realm that like we know of, like church and like their secrets and how crazy it can get. Now this one went really above and beyond. I actually still don't know. I'm still in the midst of watching it. I don't know but it's crazy because it's just hush hush tones. Nobody talks about it in church, but this huge scandal that like nobody really knows about, but like kind of knows about, but nobody will talk about it.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Very relevant.
Very relevant. Everybody knows. I was actually just saying to Jacob when we were watching it, I was like, honestly, not that it went this far in my church, but there was a scandal a lot like this.
There always is.
Oh, yeah. Especially the smaller the church, the worse it is. The worse it is, man.
Oh,
it's crazy, too, because, like, you're not from a small town. I'm not really from a small town. I went to church in a small town, and I already knew, like, the effect on that.
Yeah.
I can't imagine.
My dad's kind of in a small town
exactly.
right now. So,
the small town
I would go
vibes.
And visit a small town. And
exactly.
I would know.
That was enough.
Know what it is. Yeah.
That was enough to know my business.
Definitely never.
You can't hide.
There was a couple times where I'm like, should I move in with my dad? And, like, there was a lot of times where I definitely should have. That's my biggest regret in life. However, it was a very small town, and I don't know how I would have
Everybody
ended
knows
up.
your business.
Yeah, especially
and they don't forget it.
Daughter?
That's what I'm saying.
Imagine me moving to a small town in Texas where I was a pastor's daughter.
You either would have not had to give a shit at all, or you would have to give a shit a lot.
Footloose as fuck. Trust.
Great. Honestly, maybe that was your calling.
I think it was.
The Midwestern, you could have lived.
I missed out. It was deep
the old
South
small
Texas,
town.
Honestly.
That's what I'm saying.
South Texas.
That's crazy. You probably could have seen some shit. Nah, I did.
What a waste.
Me
just out here
being from Kansas City or Texas or stuff or Oklahoma. You know, so many people that are from small city or small towns. And they're like, oh, I graduated with 38 people. I'm like, 38 people? That's like a classroom for me. What are you talking about?
Yeah.
I mean, we were blessed to kind of have that like still large city feel.
Cities. Big city backwoods.
Big city backwoods, baby.
That's
where we came from.
Yeah,
that's
exactly
literally where it came from.
Is.
So, but we did. We got the small taste of the small town.
We know what it is out there.
Tell me about it. My mom grew up in it too.
Excited to go
She still
see
gives me small town vibes, to be honest. But yeah.
Next week I'm gonna go to your family.
Oh boy.
Who do you know has an animal? The weirdest animal you know in Tulsa? Do you have any like old FFA friends that just have like some pig or something, like a goat or like
I have people on my social media that I went to high school with that own pigs. Legitimate like
Pets?
A pet pig.
Yeah.
Like it's a dog. It lives with their dog. It's a doggy. Actually, I hear pigs are extremely intelligent and really I hear they're really good pets.
Alabama Shore. That show. On
God, don't. That's you.
No, she
You talk about it, and I really did watch the show too, because that was wild. Talk about unhinged.
Yeah.
If that was the word of the day, that's the show that really depicts
they thought
that word.
New Jersey people were wild.
Who?
Floribama.
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 It's funny because our favorite family vacation was Gulf Shores in Alabama. So
I don't think I've ever been to Alabama. Like, I might have driven through it, but I don't think I've ever been to Alabama.
People can party.
Do not get it twisted. What else could they do? What the fuck is in Alabama?
It's crazy. It's just, but it's also fun too.
Everywhere in the South uses Alabama as their scapegoat joke state. Because, like, they're like, oh, no, we're not that bad. Have you seen Alabama? Like, that's literally always the joke. Like, they're like,
I vacationed there enough to know.
My dad has, like, a toothbrush. Like, Alabama invented the toothbrush because they only got one tooth to brush. Like, my like, it's like a whole thing. Like, everybody has those Alabama jokes because I don't know. I've never been there. What is in Alabama? What's the capital? Sarah, you're good at capitals.
Montgomery.
Yeah. See, what the fuck is in Alabama? I've never heard of that.
Married cousins? I don't know.
See?
I'm saying everybody got the jokes about it.
No Southerner has anything good to say about Alabama. I don't know what's there at all.
But Gulf Shores was so unhinged. It was great. It was best because our parents didn't realize how unhinged it was. So then us kids, like, we always had like a family you would go on like group vacations with. My parents love that shit. And so it was always like kids, like my brother, my sisters, and me, my age, you know, we go do the fun stuff with family. And then like at night, the parents would start drinking. So then we could go do whatever we wanted to. Like, oh, we'll just go watch the beach. And then there'd be crazy parties going on. We legitimately walked up on a dude that I swear to God would not have made it through the night if we had not been there. He had like passed out on the beach. He's really wild, too. He passed out with some white cheddar cheese that's next to him.
Oh, I love white cheddar cheese.
It was cold. I mean, you know how cold it gets near the shore. I mean, like,
then the water gets high.
High tides, and it's cold as shit. I really didn't think so. The funniest thing was we woke him up. He was disoriented, thanked us, and then ran. I mean, ran away. Ran away. I mean, it was crazy. I couldn't even realize how fast he ran on the sand. I was just mind blown by it.
Oh, that's impressive. Yeah, always.
I just disappeared in the night.
No way.
Never actually knew what happened to that guy.
Why is it always that? Like, sometimes, well, I mean, I get it. Because now that I'm older and I see my friends have kids, and then they, like, the kids need stuff, and I'm like, oh, God, like, okay, like, you know, and then they go away, and then I have my adult back to talk with and everything. And I'm realizing that, like, those times where I was like, damn, the parents really don't care about us right now. Like, how wild that. If we get them on a beach, they don't give a fuck. It's like because it's their one fucking time to try to relax and hoping that we just don't fucking kill ourselves. And we almost did.
So many times.
Hella times.
And you take it to your grave. You came back acting like angels.
Yeah, I was like, don't look at my arm. It's not bloody.
You just like rush in there really fast. Yo, all the time. All the time. And the funniest part is like
so dangerous also.
Very dangerous. Especially at any point in the
rivers.
Day. Yeah.
Like the Gulf, that was my rivers into the Gulf.
So sorry. Didn't know if you heard that, but I'm sorry. The funniest part is about those, you know, vacations is it's a total release for your parents. It's the one time that they will actually let you chill. Yeah. Weirdly enough, with bigger groups of kids, it seems like, which seems more dangerous to me. But it was also like a release for the kids too, because then you could just.
Not have to worry about it.
One time my parents didn't give a shit what I was doing because they were just like, oh, you're with my friend's kids. You're obviously trusted.
I remember the first time.
And it was so not a time to be trusted.
Yeah. No.
You get a bunch of kids together and let me tell you, riots.
Like for me, it wasn't even vacation because we just lived next to the beach in my dad's house. So like, no.
Church camps, man. Yeah. Same thing. Same vibes.
The one time I went on a cruise. Like, my parents were like, yeah, I know. We already talked about this. It was the only vacation, like, I ever took with my mom's side of the family.
Yeah.
And, like, we went on this cruise ship, and they gave us, like, walkie-talkies. And they were like, as long as you have the walkie-talkie, like, what's going to happen? You're on the ship. You can't leave the ship. You're good. Just, like, go do things. And
famous
looking
last
back,
words.
like, there were so many things that could have happened to me on that ship. Like,
what if you fell off the ship?
There's hella people rooms. Like, I could have got stuck in someone's room, which
and they're big.
Most worst thing in my
gigantically
eyes.
Scary.
Yeah,
cruise ships are scary as shit. You can get lost. It's basically
so big. I don't know how I did it.
It's like an amusement park on.
Like, there's so many bad things that could happen to an 18-year-old girl on a cruise ship.
And it's packed with people.
I was just chilling. And, like, also I was drinking a lot because it was international waters.
There's no way that also... Exactly. And your
nobody
parents
would
can't...
ever ID me. Ever.
That's also a way that people get taken.
Yeah.
As soon as you dock.
I was wilding and gambling.
And the thing is
like going into casinos,
there's so
which
many,
is allowed in international waters if you're 18. So I was just like really living it up as an 18-year-old on that casino ship.
Well, your parents can't hardly keep track of you. Shit. You can't hardly keep track of yourself. What is that? Yeah, I did great. You're like
doing good.
In the back of somebody's random car. Yeah, I'm great, Mom. Thanks.
In a car and I could on it.
Yeah, well.
There's no cars in there.
If you dock, maybe.
They don't do that, do they? Do they do that?
I don't know. I've never been on a cruise ship. I just hear that if you dock at places.
Terrified of them. I think that's like
I'm terrified.
I'm
terrified of the ocean too, so that also like plays into it. I'm scared to death. I'm ready for Titanic mode.
I was gonna say Titanic is like your biggest scare.
Being out in the ocean, being stranded, scary. I can't. You know me. I can't even look at pictures. I came across a TikTok where like.
Have you ever seen Titanic?
Is that that. The part, anything that's like colossally big, I can't like really interpret too well with my mind. Like honestly, a tsunami, crazy to look at. I can't think of that. Ocean
right up next to it.
That's what I'm saying.
Huge.
It's scary. That's scary. That's way too big for me to like comprehend. That's way too big. You have got me fucked up.
I actually get you on this. Like I don't
like when the Titanic breaks in half. I was like, do you see how high they are at right now before it breaks? Like
actually terrifying. Yeah,
that's actually terrifying. That would be the worst way to die. That'd be the worst way to die. In freezing cold water, you just watch yourself like sinking to the bottom of the ocean. I couldn't. I can't. Like even I looked at what an oil rig looks like under. It's like this tiny. Have you ever seen an oil rig? It's like this tiny little cutesy thing. You just stay on this little boating deck thing, right? The underneath is like miles long and it's huge. It's scary. It's so scary. Even looking at that, I'm like, whoa, that's, y'all got me fucked up. That's like, wait, I can't believe we build those things. Who does that? Like, who does that? I'm like,
okay, what about like a really long ladder?
I can't, no, anything too large. Anything too large.
Okay.
Woo. It's not even the height of it. It's just large things in general. Like thinking about a blue whale.
Oh, no.
Massive.
No, I don't do anything alive bigger than
I can't think of the prehistoric things that used to live in the water. No, that's not real to me. Megalodons?
I don't even believe in elephants. So like you're
lying. You're literally lying.
Yeah, I can't. I get you. I do believe in hippos because if something that big existed, it would definitely be as terrifyingly. No, I mean I see them. I've seen them, but I've also been to Disney World where I've seen animatronics. You feel me?
That's true.
And elephants look like animatronic animals.
They do. Their skin really looks fake. Not
real. I'm saying if something was that big, it would act like a hippo. Terrifying.
Elephants are cute.
Shut the fuck up. Are you saying elephant? No,
elephants. Hippos,
yeah.
no.
That's why I don't believe in them because they're fucking cute and they're nice and they're like I have people friends. Fuck no. If you're that big, you're gonna act like a hippo and eat crocodiles in half.
I think they're just gentle giants.
I don't believe in them. I don't think they're real.
I feel like giraffes are more fake than elephants.
I don't necessarily believe in giraffes as well.
You ever seen their patterns? That's crazy. Y'all really look like beautiful. That, huh? They are beautiful.
But I mean, like cats do that. Dogs do that. Reggie, my dog spots are beautiful.
That's true.
I believe in fur patterns. I don't necessarily.
No, elephants are real.
Like for some reason I'm like cool with giraffes. I don't know, like I because they're like long horses and I fuck with horses and stuff. But like those are very huge. Weird.
Being up close to how big, even how big
right up next to me, I would be like, no,
they're big. They're
not real.
That's crazy.
And they're kind of nice too. So like I don't believe in them. I don't know if they're nice or not, but
they're tame for the most part. So I know I've never actually come across one in the wild though.
I've seen some elephants in my time, and
I don't know. Maybe talk to some villagers. I'm sure they could say, listen, elephants are real. Plus, people poach them, man. They got to be real. They poach these ivories forever.
That's what I've always
heard. Fucked up. But
never seen it or nothing.
Never seen or nothing.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Go to the zoo, man. They're real.
I've seen one at the zoo. The Seattle Zoo has you uplifted a little bit so that they can like look up at you.
Cute.
Yeah, it's not that chill though, because their noses be all up in your shit and it's terrifying.
They think humans are cute.
I just don't believe that would be real.
I do.
How would they look at us and be like, ha ha ha, I'm in this tiny cage and I'm
Well, they're just incredibly
still.
Smart. It's like dolphins.
They're just
you know?
chilling in this little tiny cage and they're still happy in a zoo for their whole fucking life.
No, I don't think they're happy.
I want to hang out with humans and I love them and they're fun. Like
I think they're just deprived at that point, though. I mean, zoos are sad in that way. I mean, if you really think about that.
Too big, too dangerous. Too big, too dangerous.
They are dangerous.
Yeah.
The little baby elephants.
Look at their feet.
Their feet are kind of crazy.
They're just like stumps, like a tree. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't agree with it.
I mean, I'm not gonna disagree with you in that because I don't agree with anything in the ocean. Really, I just
exactly
out of sight, out of mind. Don't even talk to me about it.
Yeah, if somebody was like, "Oh, I'm taking on this really exciting surprise date on an elephant," I'd be like, "You obviously don't know me, and I'm not riding that."
I'm
machine.
not riding the mechanical bull in your head. Is what you're thinking. You said I'm not getting on that mechanical leather.
Because if it's real, then fuck no. If it's fake, I'm cool with that.
That'd be like somebody telling me they want to swim with dolphins. I'd be like, you got me all the way fucked up.
No.
I don't think so.
No.
I think those are like welcome to be their own things in the water.
Yeah, any animal bigger than me. That's what I'm saying. I'm afraid of anything bigger than me. Statues.
As you should be.
Right.
Statues are crazy. Statues scare me. Statues that are big enough.
Usually it's just like visual
architectures that are, yeah.
I like large architectures, but I don't like anything with a face that's bigger than me.
Like it freaks me out to think about the Empire State Building being 3/4 of a mile high. That's really high. That's
it's super high.
That's scary.
The Statue of Liberty is actually not as tall as you think it is.
I can't think about that either. That is scary.
Like, actually,
and it sits on an island out there.
I'm pretty sure that I looked it up and it was shorter than the Space Needle, like in Seattle.
Space Needle's scary.
No, it's not that. It's not that crazy.
That's big.
It's not that crazy. You could like look at it and it's like, it's there. It's like right there.
I would have no desire
to ever go up it. Well, now
or
they get glass
the
floors,
Eiffel
so you
Tower.
Definitely want to do that one. But I feel like the Statue of Liberty is not that tall.
Things that I just. How did you make that?
No, yeah.
How did you make that?
Like pyramids and stuff.
Right.
No way.
The fuck.
I can't even.
No, you didn't. An alien
really
planted that
every
there.
time I drive, I'm like, how am I driving this box around?
Even like looking at the sky, it's so big sometimes.
Okay.
I'm like, this is really wild.
We are diving in.
We're diving into our deepest fears and also what we don't.
You said the scariest way to die, though, would be
in the middle of the ocean.
Being that high up in the middle of the ocean, like realizing you're going to die in the ocean.
You are absolutely falling to your death. And if you don't at least drown, something's going to eat you. So think about those two factors. I would actually think I would drown myself. I would try.
Yeah.
And then think about that. You also don't have any type of protection. So then you're going to get sunburnt to death. You have no protection. You're going to die from a wave anyways, let's be honest. But I'm just saying. Those people really live some sad lives. And they thought they were going on the best excursion of their life. And then they
biggest in the world.
They hit biggest in the world. And then hit a freaking iceberg. Like an idiot.
You know, in the movie, it was because the people that were supposed to be on watch were like watching Rose and Jack, which is so funny because I brought this up because my friend hadn't seen Titanic, so I like pulled up the scene because I was like, honestly, that movie was total ass until the ship started sinking, and then it was a really cool movie at that point. Like it was a long time of just
romanticizing and this whole fucking
the whole
story.
Ship was sinking for like 40 minutes of that movie. It was like the last half of that movie. And it was great. That part was great.
Yeah, and then dying in freezing water.
Yeah, it was really scary, but
that was crazy.
I think if I would, the scariest way for me to die would be something like very scary visually, like coming near me and then like tormenting me or something, like visually scary, like like something, just something terrifyingly visual. That's why the Stranger Things season scared me. Oh, you need to watch it.
I think the opposite way, also opposite worst way to die would be in a very claustrophobic moment. If you got caught somewhere and there's nobody knows where you're at.
Like what about like in a hole or like something tight?
Tight. Something tight or whole.
What would be something tight?
Like, let's say if you got in a crash, you rolled your car. Your car's so smashed, but you're in there alive, right?
Stuck in there.
You literally couldn't get out. You're just waiting for somebody to come to your rescue. Ferk.
For some reason, that doesn't scare me as much.
Wow, you're brave.
I mean, it would scare me probably in the moment, but like, I feel like
I think I would hyperventilate myself to death. I think I would really just heart attack myself to death at that point
like
if I wasn't dead already.
Some sort of like wrapped things, and I couldn't move my arms.
I don't think that would be. If
I couldn't move my arms, that would scare me.
Or if I accidentally got lodged in a hole, I don't know how. What if you got lodged in that manhole
like
that one time?
Alive. That would suck.
That would suck.
That would really suck.
Golly. Well.
Yeah, good thing we're like.
I was going
normal people and not like superheroes or anything like that.
Oh, having Lord, to do with. I know.
I mean, you never know, but you know.
You don't. You really don't.
Titanic did happen.
It did. To a lot of people. I mean, in the grand scheme of things, no, but like a lot of people that didn't think their lives were going to end that way. That's crazy.
Yeah,
that was really once in a lifetime,
it was like
too.
All just the rich people, too. It was like a whole. It's like all the rich people just could not.
Let's start show and tell right now. This is a show and tell segment. We're going to try to like do this in a more brief.
Condensed.
Condensed.
There might be people listening only on audio. So we're like.
Yeah, so we're trying to commit to both. And
at the same time.
Yeah.
Not the same time, but I can go first since you already kind of know what mine is and I don't know what yours is.
Okay.
So. I don't know which one to show first. I'm going to show both. So mine is that I have found a Mario set of drinkware glasses. For some reason, they're stupid cute. And then also found a Zelda set. But it took me a very long time to find the Zelda set. Because I found it once, but all of the glasses were broken. Before I left, I was like, can I please open this to see? Because I feel like I hear broken glass.
They were all broken?
All broken. So I didn't obviously buy it. And then I finally found the Zelda one as well. But
cute.
Mostly I just want to show off the little cute-ass fucking coasters they come with. But
they come with coasters too?
Yes!
That's adorable. I think I've seen this one. I have not seen the Zelda one, though.
Yeah. So I'll show you one of a good Zelda glass, too. And then can you check it up to there? Right. I'll show the best one, which I personally think...
Wow, they're big and spacious. Those are big glasses.
The Zelda one is my favorite. Can you show the camera? The Zelda one is my favorite, but I just turn it a little bit and then the glare will go away. But I like them all. There's a good little Link one and a good Ganondorf one. And the last one's a Hylian shield, which I feel like is kind of boring. The Ganondorf, obviously, amazing. And they both come with, or they all come with coasters. I don't know, just the Z, which is not anything crazy. The coasters were not as impressive on these ones. And then the Mario ones, I feel like I like a little better, to be honest. I love that Zelda one really hard. Really, really hard. But the Mario ones are just so dynamic. Like, you can see it from here. The
very cute
piranha plants and the Koopa Troopas.
You can.
All this stuff, they're so cute. It's all the bad guys. And then the best thing is that it comes with all of their coasters, too.
That is adorable. Those coasters are so cute.
So that kills me.
I love anything that's
and
super colorful.
GameStop.
Really?
$20 each at GameStop.
Yo, GameStop.
No ad.
Kind of killing
it. Pay me. You can though, GameStop, if you want to.
If you want.
I shop at you all the time, but they're really cool for this, putting these out. But yeah, just ask your GameStop associate. Can I look at them first before I leave this to make sure that they're all not broken?
I have brought something that's actually not new for me, but it's something I haven't shown here, which is actually pretty, like, crazy to me because, like, I've collected them for so long.
You're so obsessed.
I'm obsessed. So, I collect Witcher figurines. I brought my one and only Triss Marigold that I got, actually this past Christmas. She's gorgeous. And there's all types of Witcher figurines. We literally have so many. I actually, speaking of GameStop, got a really cool Witcher one that I hadn't seen before, tucked away. I was like just randomly going in there. There's like one right by my house, you know? And I found this like really cool one. But yeah.
She's so cute.
She's so adorable. I have so many of them that I was like, I'm so surprised. I know. She's so cute. Her little double buns back here kill me. And then her little face, like framing hairs. It's so cute. So adorable. This is a Witcher. This is like from the Wild Hunt. This is like her outfit. If anybody's ever played like, everybody's played Witcher 3 Wild Hunt, but this is like her outfit in Nilfgaard. So
I haven't played it, but
well, you're missing out.
I am.
And if you follow The Witcher very hard, they just released that they are starting Witcher 4. So we might see that in the next 10 years. Yeah.
In the next 10 years.
Yeah, no, it's CD Projekt Red. Everybody knows that they like.
That's always what it is, man.
They're like, oh, we've started it.
Someone today was like, there's over 100 producers. Oh, it was you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't always mean shit with any game.
That's what I was thinking. I was like, one time I worked at a game studio and I saw the producers, and I feel like that doesn't mean anything sometimes.
It doesn't, but I'm hoping that they really do it justice because they killed The Witcher 3.
They will. It's such a big name. They have to.
I did hear that it's not based. You're not playing first person Geralt. Like I don't know what you are, but you're not playing as Geralt. So I think, and they've kind of alluded that maybe it's going to be different schools of houses. So I think it's going to be more like creative, inventive, open worldy. Like you build your own type, maybe Witcher character. That's kind of what I'm going for the vibe as. That's what I had in my head.
Hoping it comes to existence.
I'm hoping that maybe they were right or they catch the vibe maybe a little bit, but maybe in 5 years I'll be able to play that and it's worth everything.
It'll be great.
Come back to me in 5 years. I'll let you know. But yeah,
I know Splatoon 3 is coming out this year. I feel like it's September. I heard it's September, and then I heard that something might have changed, but hoping that's the case, and that's my big game for the year probably, because I assume or I know that Zelda's not coming out until next spring. I'm hoping it comes out with a custom.
Games are harder to like love in that way because when you find a good game, they're just you just hold on to them for years. They're harder than like movies and shit, of course. Like to be like to really
because you put so much hours into it.
There's so many hours,
You're
and
so invested.
It's a literal.
It's just magical.
Ultra world. It's magical.
I just be weeping sometimes. In gaming, because I'm like, I don't want it to end, or like I don't want.
It's a completely different world. You're like in this like, for a moment you can just forget about it.
But
it's
like when you're in there for so many hours, it's like your whole life. You're like,
like it's cooler than regular life. It's just it almost just pisses you off that life's not like. I get that all the time, man. I'm just like, it's just so
She's been playing Nancy Drew too much. She's like, why am I not a fucking invested?
Yeah, man. Why is Tucson not real place? Tucson's in The Witcher 3. It's like the most romanticized, beautiful. It's like Italy on crack is how I'd.
Rivendell.
Yeah.
Lord of the Rings.
Exactly. Just a gorgeous. Why is that? Why? Why? And why is it not easily accessible for me? I think about that Black Mirror episode. This guy goes in and he's playing this. It looks like a Mortal Kombat game, but like he can literally just. And it's kind of like a weird story. He ends up like kind of falling in love with his best friend, but he's also like married in real life. But he like falls in love with the idea of like this game more than he is in reality. But the cool thing is like he just puts this thing in his ear and like kind of just like it's like VR. You're just comatose. Like it's VR. Yeah. It's VR without a headset basically, and you can just like do whatever you want there, right? It's crazy. But I'm like. Maybe a little bit too much.
There's a lot of people that would. That's why like Wall-E.
That's probably why. Yeah.
All the other shows. What is that other Idiocracy and stuff like that? What's that
Wall-E
other one?
was like that too.
The Gundam fighting Godzilla.
What?
And they put on a headset and they're like playing a game. Oh my god! Everyone is gonna know exactly what I'm talking about. And there's a Gundam that the RX-78 fights Godzilla.
I know what you're talking about, but it's like I'm barely getting flashes of what it is.
It's like a game. Or it's like a life or something. I don't even... It's a book. I'm going to get a beer. Do you want one?
Please. Yeah, those. Oh my gosh. Fantasy worlds would just be, I think, too cruel to us in our normal lives. No, yeah, it would be totally terrifying, but I think I'm ready for that type of terrifying stuff in my life. I think I really actually would be. There'd probably be a lot of people in this world that would thrive in it.
So, like, you're saying if there was, like, a zombie apocalypse, like, you would do your best to, like, survive?
Oh, 100%.
No way. I would murder myself.
You think so?
Oh, yeah, bro. I would murder. To see a scary thing, let alone die by one. I would.
That stuff does sound paralyzing, but
I would.
It's more paralyzing to die from something like that. So I think I would fight for my life. Now, if it was the ocean, dead. I would. I would.
I'm saying that's what I was saying. That's what a zombie apocalypse. Fuck no. If I see something scary and they're like trying to eat my intestines, first of all, like Shaun of the Dead. When the man gets torn out of the window and they're starting to dig into his stomach, like, fuck no.
No, that's pretty bad.
From the moment I saw.
No, I would just hope to God that I was with somebody
that was able to take care of you.
You just get it done. If that's my fate.
Who would you be in, like, Zombieland?
Who would I be in Zombieland? What
character would you be in Zombieland?
Oh, freaking main guy. What's his name?
The nerdy dude?
No. I'm sorry. I should be more specified. The bald man.
You would not be the man with the truck and the guns.
Yes, I would.
No, you wouldn't.
I would.
That's not real.
It is
There's
real.
No way. Would you run over to my house and come and take care of me?
100%. I would.
You would be that friend for me?
Yes.
The Woody Harrelson?
I would save everybody that I could try. I would think of the first people that I could get in contact with. I'm like, first off, I'm not going to lie. I would probably, no, I would come get you.
Really?
But I would hit up Chad Brookstall real fast.
Yeah, me too, bro.
Yo!
I honestly, if I was in Seattle, I would kill myself. If I was out here, I would wait a little bit and then kill myself.
You might have a chance. You might have a fighting chance out here.
There's a lot of guns out here, honestly.
No, I would immediately go into... You also know Jacob. Jacob would not. Apocalypse. Jacob would thrive.
There is that our friend really would he.
And I know that would be the first person that Jacob would call. Hey, Chad. I already know you got a bunker somewhere, so like
help us.
Straight up, that'd be the first person you would call out here. I mean, we probably would all die. Let's be honest. I'm not saying that I wouldn't die, but I would try.
It depends. It depends.
I would. I'd be
There's
Woody.
So many different kind of zombies out there. You never know.
I would.
20 Days Later versus Shaun of the Dead is a totally different story.
I'm saying no. Did you say 28 days? Scary.
In the whole world.
Scary. Real scary. I'm glad you say that too.
That's probably my scariest movie. We were talking about yours last time, and I'm pretty sure that
that's up there.
Traumatized me. Yeah.
It was pretty traumatizing.
When he like walked into the very beginning and like he just out of the hospital, like didn't know what's going on. He like walked into that church and he was like, "Hello," and all the all the zombies
they
were
pretty
like,
much are
creaking their heads up, and the way they ran, and like the camera was like shaking enough where you couldn't really tell what was happening. They were just like.
Yeah, man.
And they were so fast. It was the scariest thing in the whole world.
I think it was also super isolated too, which is probably inaccurate what it would actually be like.
Exactly. That's what you said about you. She was like, "Oh, you should build some like weird bunker on this concrete slab I have in my backyard for some reason." And I was like, she was like, "Oh, we all know where we would go if there was an apocalypse or something." And I was like, how much I know, like I would not want to even do that. Like I would not even want to. This is some deep shit, but I would not even want to try to save myself in a situation where I knew that when I came out of that situation, I might be like the only person I ever see.
You need more hope in your life.
I just don't like the idea of being alone.
And you're realistic.
I love people. And I would die out of crazy. I would crazy so fast.
You think so?
Oh, yeah. I would be like, yeah! And then just like start
I think everybody would at some point.
Right.
Well, maybe not that.
I would be pretty quick, though. I'd be pretty crazy pretty quick.
Yeah, well.
I don't want to... So I would come out crazy because I'd be in solitude that whole time.
No,
you know?
Being alone would be the worst. Like, you the only one. I Am Legend type shit. The craziest type shit.
Yeah, that's the scariest.
Woohoo!
I Am Legend is like for real terrifying because of how lonely he is. That shit was really, really, really scary.
But I think you learn to adapt. You might be surprised.
Fields and everybody's kind of like, imagine an apocalypse in the Midwest where everybody's kind of like don't know.
Everybody's a little weird out here.
Yeah, they're all, and I feel like they all could survive, so there would be a lot of people
and everybody would
here.
turn to a real evil situation.
Yeah,
exactly.
It would be scary. It would be
guns blazing.
Because they're all.
The first moment we would have some sort of panic like that, Midwest would be unhinged. We would be living.
Wild. There would be no civilization.
Immediately.
There would
we
never
hardly
be
get we hardly like
again.
Government as it is. Most people don't. You know?
They're always so neutral, but then like as soon as they're so neutral because they're still like my home.
Yeah,
is all I care about, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then it would be like as soon as you got even close to their home, it'd be like, "What are you doing near our home?" I would be scared. Yeah, I would be really scared.
God, it would be so hard not to be hostile though.
Yeah, I would be hella hostile.
I'd be like, "What are you doing? You need to get back off of my property right now. You're looking weird. You're looking real zombie-like."
So deep into this. It's real though.
It's terrifying. Real. Oh my gosh, it's so real. Everybody's thought about it too. You've thought about what you do in a zombie apocalypse.
It's like when you're a kid and you're taking all those like fire drill courses, like when your school takes you on like a field trip to like learn about fires and stuff, and then like you come home and you're like, why don't I have a ladder to jump out my window with? And like,
we grew up in a zombie era where everybody fantasized about it, right? There was also tons of games when we grew up this way.
That was hella wild, like Walking Dead, and then all that shit was just like
I never really even watched
when
that
I was in high school and post high school, and it was just everything was just zombie for like every pop culture.
I do say, maybe I would try to I would probably try to go out guns blazing. Like I would try to save my people.
Trip and fall and get killed.
You say that, man.
No, I believe in you. I actually do believe in you.
Thanks. I'd make it. I'm a survivor.
I really hope you come and grab me. I'll wait.
I would.
I'll wait a little bit longer.
100% I would.
Sarah's coming for me. I swear.
I ain't got no family up
she's
here.
Coming for me. I'll be in my attic looking
out
the window.
I couldn't make it to Oklahoma.
Little sniper gun.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You best be the first ones to call us. You best be the first ones. I go steal a truck immediately.
Yeah.
I'd be like, hey. Truck
right now.
I want a truck right now, man.
Or a Jeep.
We've been really probably to switch this conversation over to trucks now, but
something else.
You're right, other than zombie apocalypse and fantasy worlds. But man, that was good. That was a good conversation. I was getting my blood boiling just thinking about it. But I just know exactly, and we turned into it overnight, and I know it. But home improvement stores are our happy place.
So stupid.
It's stupid. I hate that I'm like really that now.
Gone from like my Amazon wish list kind of being like, Legos and all these other things, things. And then I have like a whole separate wish list that's just like house and then we've talked about things on the podcast enough of like I want tiny tables and all these things to the point where somebody sent me a tiny table in my PO box.
Yeah.
I'm so excited to get it. But yeah,
that'll be tight.
We've changed a bit.
We 100%. I recently got a grill. We got a grill, and I've been grilling out, and that's just like also such an aesthetic out here. Pickling things and grilling shit. People love it. Okay, the bug bites come with it. I'm not gonna lie. I know we talked about it last time, but I
straight up had a tick.
She
had a fucking tick again. We're back-to-back tick girls. So annoying.
I hate it. I hate it when I saw it on me because I knew exactly where it came from. It came from a paved walk in my neighborhood. Well, it was like a trail behind my neighborhood, but it's like a biker's trail. It's paved, man. Where the F?
It doesn't make any sense.
So I know that it had stayed on me all night. I mean, it had like its fill. Like when I saw it, I was like,
I hate it. I hate that.
I couldn't.
Well, we never want to talk about bugs too much, but it's something we cannot escape.
You can't escape it here.
Another thing I cannot escape is this damn poison ivy.
It's everywhere. It's in my backyard. I'm just luckily not allergic to it.
You have poison ivy in your backyard now too?
I told you I pulled it out by my bare hands.
With your bare hands.
Bare hands.
I have poison ivy, and I bought specific plant killer to kill it from its roots.
They're so hard to kill too. Why is it always the like poisonous plants that are just hard to kill, Why you gotta be like that?
They're
ruined. So we can't escape the bugs, and you can't escape poison ivy or poison oak out here. You just can't, okay? We went outside.
Poison oak looks like I should learn.
It's more foresty. You wouldn't just like typically have that in your back. Yeah, well, it'd probably be on these trails too if I wasn't too careful. But
look it up.
Yeah, I also am not allergic to it. That was the thing I actually was right on. That wasn't some Midwest theory. You do actually have to be somewhat allergic to it.
That's too. I don't really know if I believe anybody anymore.
I know. I really looked it up. I extensively looked it up because I was like, man, I don't want to be wrong about this because. I mean, it makes sense. I've been around it so many times, and
No, it's true. It's true.
You
really pulled it with your bare hands, and you're fine.
Doesn't do anything to me. I walked right up to yours too. I didn't touch it though. I didn't touch it. I wasn't going to do that. I would have never done that.
Crazy.
I just was looking at it. I was gonna see if like itchy. It. Right? I know. We started talking about bugs, and we were like, oh, we got bug bites on us. But yeah, man,
we've like weirdly recently had a lot of little like Midwest tidbits of our life with the pickling and the
summertime
and the barbecue, bro. My God, you're saying you got a grill. I'm so excited to come and taste your grill food. You should come and taste. Not my grill food.
We even did like veggie kebabs.
Love them.
Put some Dijon mustard on the side. Ooh, beef.
I came home from my nephew's birthday party yesterday. My neighbor's having a full-on barbecue, and the day before I saw her and her husband smoking meat in their little smoker the day before. So I know it's good because it's a day before smoked all night, all day kind of thing, you know.
Tender. Fall off the bone.
I came home. Came outside with my dogs. She's like, "Hey, have you eaten?" I was like, "Yes, ma'am. I had a few hot dogs."
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah,
yes, ma'am. I'm not hungry actually. I haven't eaten in 3 days, but I'm not hungry. Thank you.
I was like, "I've had a few hot dogs." Yes, like you know. She was like, "Well, we got barbecue. Do you want to play?" I was like,
"You don't say no."
Please. Yes, please. I would love it.
It had all the sides too.
Bro, it had everything. She gave me 3 plates for the 3 people in my house, which first of all is a lot of food and like in those big oval plates, you know the platter plates. They're paper, but they're platters.
No, I know exactly which ones you're talking about. The white ones.
She gave me 2 ribs per plate. Like that's giving.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not gonna lie. One thing that people miss out here. Not just friendly people, but your friendly neighbors. Your neighbors that actually give a shit. Your neighbors that give a shit about you.
Just thank you for being so nice. Excuse me.
All I do is live here.
You are so nice. I'm literally just here and I'm not bothering you.
Yeah, we're just sharing in the same. We're sharing the same street right now.
Plants. I put new plants out, and I think she's like, "Oh,
you give homey vibes." Yeah. So she's giving homey vibes, right? Like that's just what it is.
Impressive. I want to like get her something.
It's like,
I don't know what to get a lady.
Both of our neighbors are actually really sweet. We actually just recently, like our ones that are older, like in their 50s, have like been immediately friendly because they have dogs, and of course they just love Renfrey. And his name's Curtis, but he gives Jacob cigars all the time, and I mean like nice so cigars. Funny. It's something that he does, or he'll just like go and like have a really nice whiskey, and he's like, "You want to try this? Like, you want to try it?"
Oh, that's fun.
They're so cute. They even got to the point that they were like, because we were having trouble with our mower, you know, I don't know, within
That's
travel.
What I'm saying. They always come and help and do stuff, right?
And he even said, he was like, if you can't get your mower up, like, I'll come mow your lawn. Like, I'll come mow your lawn if, like, that's what it takes. Because, you know, grass just grows, like, wild. Just, you know, you can't even go a week without it just,
It's crazy out here.
Golly. And
it goes so fast.
Yeah, if you wait too long, then it's impossible, you know? But he was just so neighborly. And that is the one thing...
You can't get everywhere.
No. I think that would be the one thing that I missed is because it's like embedded in me too to be also nice to people, right? It's yes, ma'am. That's just what we grew up with, right? And just being so sweet. Having these sweet neighbors, I think that was the best part about like actually like owning a house too is like
because you know the permanent.
They're
like,
permanent.
The conversations are investments at that point.
Yeah.
It's not just like I'm going to see you for this year.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's so fun.
They're so fun. They're cute. They're cute little lives. It's crazy that people just like live their own lives. They've had their whole lives, but they like live next to you.
Oh, we're not getting existential again.
No, we won't. But it's
like,
crazy.
How do cars work? Elephants?
Yeah, we really did. We got so deep. But it's genuine. It's so genuine.
But that's what I'm saying. My West Coast friends are like, I've never met a neighbor, like ever.
That's crazy to me.
met a neighbor ever.
That's just
half
so crazy
the people
to me.
are not there forever because
you
have to move around. But I have to say another thing that they keep telling me. We're speaking on grilling and plates and barbecues and stuff like that. There is nowhere that does beans better than out here. I have never had better beans than in Kansas City. And, like, it's not just me that says that. All of, like, my 2 friends from the West Coast that just, like, are like, I don't even know beans could be good. Because there's meat in it. It's so
and I'm not talking,
so
like,
good.
you don't even have to like baked beans. Cooking with beans, making soups with beans, like knowing how to
actually a lot of beans and
relishes with beans in it. Like
that is true.
Everybody, there are a lot of ways.
I was just talking about baked beans, but you're right. I've had a lot of beans.
Well, you got to think, it was a cheap food back in the day. People got really fucking creative, right?
Yeah.
I mean, you got to think, like, not everything was always accessible, but like, there's so many things you can do with.
What's that one I don't like? What's your least favorite bean?
Or
in your favorite?
My least, yeah, I do. I'm now trying to think about it. I don't love lima beans. I don't love them.
That was my least favorite too.
I don't know what it is.
I couldn't think of the name. I was like,
I knew exactly which one you were going with.
No, that's.
I put them in one dish one time, and I actually they were decent. But they're like a mix between a pea and a bean, and I can't. What are you trying to be right now? I don't know.
Like 'em, yeah.
I'm partial to peas too. I don't know about all that.
Peas are iffy. I like them in a cold salad.
A pea salad? My mom used to fucking dish out a pea salad, man.
I haven't had one of those in like 15 years, to be honest. But like,
they were really good.
You should tell your mom I'm interested in trying her pea salad.
Oh, she could, and she'll whip it up so fast. That's the thing, and you can just eat on it and eat on it and eat on it.
Your mom is just the most nostalgic lady to me. She is exactly everything I've ever grown up with. Like,
I'm saying, like, she's
all my aunts.
You have to try because you love cream cheese so much. Her pepper jelly she makes, and I'm talking like it's a process, like, and she used to do it with like my aunts too, like they really got into it, like they would do it every year, and I mean just can
tell her I'll bring the wine and you tell her all my favorite things, and then
she'll
have
do
her
it.
surprise me, and I will bring wine or something.
I'll see if she'll make some pepper jelly because I haven't had some of that in literally years, and she used to make the best. It's literally pepper jelly.
Just say I specifically asked for whatever you want,
and it comes with
whatever
crackers.
You think I should eat, and
I'll just be like, listen, you either got a chance,
and I'm here for it. I will make her happy about it because I'll just be like, you know how I eat. I fucking cry sometimes. I'll be so ready. She'll love it.
No, and that's the best compliment to anybody also out here is loving their food. Yeah, enjoying the food that they cooked for you.
Everybody always loves me when they're
best compliment.
I'm like, bro, I just love your food.
Honestly, it's why I also like cooking for you too, because I'm like, I know she's about to appreciate the shit out of it.
I really set myself up for the best.
Just keep crying over your food.
I mean, like, as long as I've surrounded myself around people that cook really well.
It's subconscious what you've always wanted.
But like, my sister calls me her muse all the time. She's like, what do you feel like eating tonight by chance? And I'm like, maybe like some, fried vegetables with some wasabi and, like, kind of like a tempura vibe. And she's like,
she really do be doing that. That's so funny.
And then she'll make like some little tempura sushi out of nowhere.
She do be making some fire dishes. Every time she puts it on her stories, I'm like,
I'm saying she calls me her muse, but literally, like, she's a goddess.
Mm-hmm. She works with those vinegars, man. Stop being afraid of vinegars. If you take anything from this, work with vinegars. They work so well. Barbecue, vinegar.
Love it. Yeah.
Pickling, vinegar. Everybody loves vinegar out here. What are you talking about?
Sauce.
You freaking clean with it out here. What are you freaking talking about? My mom does. She loves that shit. But yeah, I think we
were hella Midwestern this time around.
Midwestern and Existential.
Elephants. How do they work?
Fantasy worlds. Yeah, I want to live in it. Besides zombies. Maybe not that.
I keep trying to always make these. I don't know how I know so many Juggalo references, but there was once a Juggalo reference.
Because you live that life.
I did it. Nami. Nami.
Nami.
It wasn't me. But they had like a Magnets How Do They Work song or something like that. I don't even know it. See, I don't know it. I shouldn't have even brought it up, but I do know that that's a thing. I know a lot of juggalos.
I
didn't do it.
By
I just
association
know
of the lifestyle.
after they already weren't juggalos anymore, supposedly.
You just know. You lived through the stories
was really
of it.
Scared of his, like, embarrassed of his tattoos. So, like, I figured they weren't.
I could
really
probably
actively
imagine.
juggalos, yeah.
I could imagine.
Yeah.
A tattoo in that hair.
Right on your chest. You know him too. You met him.
Really? I know.
Yes.
Kellen.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
A chest tat, huh?
Uh-huh.
That's permanent.
Yeah. Don't watch this. He'll hate me for that.
I thought you were cool. On that note, I think we've done a great job.
Yeah.
And I think it's time to sign off.
Happy Memorial Day. Go and memorize something.
Go grill out something. Go see a lake. Go catch a mosquito bite. That's what we've been doing. Stay away from the ticks,
everywhere.
though. Lyme disease will ruin your life.
Your turn.
Bye.